let's just go ahead and get Selphie out of the way, just so I'm not super late again. I said I'd get it out a little later today or tomorrow, and you know what? I have plenty of free time right now, so let's go ahead and get this done. So Selphie just dropped last night with her Lost Chapters, Level 70 Awakening, and her EX. We're going to try to keep it as brief as I can, even though I said in the last video I don't know how to do it brief, but I'm going to try. So basically with Selphie's level 70, she did not get a rework. But what she did get with her level 70 was a CD level 65 that increases the usage of both of her drain and wall by 1, no further than their initial values, which is really nice. When it gets to level 70, it'll do a Brave heal and an HP heal to the party, and with the Bloomstone passive, it will further increase those Brave and HP heals, which is really nice. She gets an attack and initial Brave increase to the party at C level 68, along with the stat boost that she gets from the additional 10 levels. With the release of her EX weapon, she does a huge Brave heal to the party, along with giving the party the aura buff, which will raise the recast speed of EX weapons. I know we've been talking about this for a while, and honestly, it's one of the more unique weapons in the game. It does not add to the turn count, and it does not use a turn, so she goes directly again after using it, so she can follow up with an actual attack, whether it's her HP attack, which does turn into a plus version, which is just another raise HP and then hit. So with all of that, Selphie did not get a rework, nor did she actually get much, but what she did get, which just improves upon what she can already do, she has more options of healing, more options of Brave HP. Her wall and her drain stay just about the same. They do the exact same things, exact same values. So it pretty much just kind of like touched upon Selphie and just gave her a little extra. The downsides to Selphie is the same as it was when she first came out. She has absolutely no forms of Brave shaving besides the Brave attack, which we do not count. She has no Brave shaving amongst any of her abilities, not even in her EX. So you need to make sure that you are bringing some people along with you who do have some good Brave shaving, because that could put you in some trouble if you don't have solid Brave shaving, especially with bosses who can get pretty high values relatively quickly. Much like Gilgamesh's boss, since we'll be seeing that actually fairly soon, and characters and bosses like that. So you kind of need to just work with that a little bit. But the good thing about Selphie is that she is a very good support unit, with a new way to support the party by raising the recast amongst EXs, so you can essentially bring along a character like Sync, who does need that, so you can get the best out of her, or bring along some characters with some already relatively good recast speeds and just have like an EX burst team where the two characters are just going ham for damage. So what I will say is the importance of Selphie in the Cosmos era is she's a fairly important character. We do have other options. Excuse me. We do have other options for support, such as Warrior of Light. Other characters in the future. We'll even be getting the support Goddess, the god of supports, because she's the best support in the game when she comes out for the longest time, in the form of Charlotta, which will be coming fairly soon. I want to say probably 2 or 3 months from now. The Cosmos era isn't long, guys, but she's a fairly good support that brings a new mechanic to the table by helping out your EX recast rates and everything. And her wall is even good enough to bring her wall on top of her level 70 is even good enough to bring her to some of the early stage Cosmos. I would probably say not as many as Ramza, considering just how good Ramza got, because again, the thing that Selphie lacks is Brave Shave, and as most of us know, if you are not following the JP side at all, you will find out, trust me. The bosses in Chaos, you need to make sure that you're managing their Brave, because if you are not, you're going to die fairly fast. And that's why Selphie doesn't last as long as Ramza in the earlier stages. Ramza doesn't have much Brave shaving either, but he at least has something in the form of his HP attack. So at least Ramza can do some of the job. But as she is on her own, she brings in a unique mechanic to the table that allows your party to just go ham for even more damage while protecting them, reducing damage, incoming damage, increasing everyone's initial brave, and giving them debuff evasion. Not as great as Lena's, where it's 100%, but it is a high enough percentage. I want to say about 60, 65, 70, something along those lines. A good enough percentage that you will dodge a majority of debuffs that are being tossed your way. So Selphie is fairly important for the Cosmos era. You can use her for the entirety of it. It's kind of just personal preference at this point. Like, for me, example, like, I'm going to be utilizing Ramza, where Ramza is basically the attack version of Selphie, where he's raising everyone's attack, he is more offensive, and he has a nice debuff along with his EX to lower the opponent's statistics so you can do more damage because he is lowering defense and everything. Whereas Selphie is more of a defensive unit. Selphie is all about making sure the party has sustainability, making sure the party has defense and staying alive. So it's kind of just personal preference. It's kind of who you want to use throughout the Cosmos era. As you can see, I have not done any work on Selphie, so that's kind of my decision. But it's not because I think she's bad. It's because I'm just not interested in her character. I'm not interested in that defensive style. Which is why in a lot of my videos, like, while I do have him built and I have been using him, Warrior of Light is not present in a lot of my Cosmos runs and everything, because I just like the offense. I like a character like Zac, who's like the offensive version of Warrior of Light. So with that being said, really important for the Cosmos era. I do highly recommend picking her up. If you don't have a support character, or two, if you're in some defensive support. If you're lacking Warrior of Light, if you're lacking, let's say Lena, characters like that. If you're lacking those kind of characters, she is definitely a 100% must pick. And if she's your favorite, obviously, scoop her up. But that is pretty much that on Selphie. She did not get much, but what she did get makes her usable, makes her worth it to play, to have on your team. That'll do it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. There'll be more in the future. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some catch-up Cosmos runs since I have been very busy and very sick. And more to come in the future. And we'll be getting our community stream today, as a matter of fact. So we'll be getting a plethora of info on new content coming out. So we'll know who will be up next in our character releases. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.